The New York Times put out its list of the 100 greatest films of the 21st century, but we're not going to watch 100, we're going to watch the top 30. So join us on this journey as we watch 30 films in 30 days. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Cinematic Trinity and our series where we're watching 30 films in 30 days. And this time we are talking about Phantom Thread, the Daniel Day-Lewis led film which follows a 1950s dressmaker who falls in love with a German waitress, and basically the details of their relationship.
What a nice summary there. That was very good.
I'm sure your New York Times thing's going to do the same summary, because I have a habit of being in tune with these critics, you see. I will admit, when we embarked on this journey and this was one of the films, the reason that Kieran isn't here is because in his media class, he had two ends of the spectrum with people. There were people saying it was the best film of all time, and there were people saying it was boring. So, didn't know what to think. We used to work in the cinema, I think, when the trailer was out all the time. So I remember watching the trailer and being like, God, this film looks a bit weird. But we've watched it, and
I thought the opposite. I was like, "Oh, a dressmaker.
Oh, yeah,
1950s." I was thinking, I really want to see this.
Yes,
and I never did. I never got around to it.
Yeah, especially because he makes couture dresses, and when we went to France, that's all you wanted to see in the Louvre was the couture dress little exhibit they had there. But we've watched it, and I think I'm happy to say it was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Oh, I can't tell you how pleased I can't tell you how pleased I was that it was good, because I really, really enjoyed it. I feel like when it first started, because we've watched a few boring films, haven't we? They've been a bit boring. We were like, oh, is this another boring film? Like, is it actually going to be boring? Because it starts quite slowly, but it gets going, but it doesn't get going. It doesn't turn into, an action thriller, but the plot gets going. And that's what the film is about. It's just the plot. It's the story, but it's just so well executed. And
Definitely.
You really don't know what's going to happen. And you're trying to kind of figure out who's in control. I think, like in the film, I think it's all about a battle of control. And it's just really interesting, like what happens and, how people, adapt to certain scenarios, and how manipulative people can be, and how twisted people can be, and how, particularly in relationships, how twisted relationships can get, even though they're happy, it seems.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. So what did the New York Times say about this one? So it says, don't you dare call Paul Thomas Anderson's delectable fashion drama chic. Cotier, won't say that. Sumptuous, submersive, recounting the love story between an exacting Reynolds and his unruly muse, Alma. He is prickly and easily perturbed. It's because I've got my lenses in, I can't even see what I'm reading. She delights in getting under his skin. It may seem that Anderson is investigating power imbalances in relationships. Instead, it's the tale of a man meeting his match. Oh, that's a good description. That is a good description, and I do think that it is him meeting his match, because when I was making notes, I was like, okay, he's in control. He clearly wants the control, and then I was like, okay, he's lost the control. She's in control, and then I was like, oh no, he's back in control again, and then I was like, no, she's in control. Like, she controls him. Well, but I think he likes that.
Yeah, they're both as bad as each other. I mean, we're not going into.
We won't spoil spoilers. The actual thing.
But no, like the setting of the film is nice. It's a nice film to look at. Daniel Day-Lewis is I don't think you've watched many of his films.
I've not seen any of his films.
He's a very transformative actor. Like, we're going to play, I think there's a film of his that's later on the list. He'll be completely different. That's every role he takes. He's like, you don't really recognize him. Like, it doesn't feel like Daniel Day-Lewis has like a set face, if that makes sense.
It's not like watching Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Like he almost seems to like physically change every film. Like when he's like Lincoln, or when he's Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood, or like, whatever that guy is. I've not watched it, but Gangs of New York.
My Left Foot.
Yes, My Left Foot as well. Yeah. So he's literally, just inhabits the role. Obviously for this, he like spent a year.
Mess it up.
He spent a year
learning dressmaking.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was a bit unnecessary.
But I mean, to be fair, like, no, he comes across, like, his character's really good. Like, again, he's almost funny in a way, just how he delivers his lines. Intentionally. But that's kind of the weird thing the film flip-flops between like tension-filled like romance scenes, not like that way, but you know what I mean, between like Alma and Reynolds, and then it's like this weird like comedic like line delivery, so you can like, oh, what am I meant to laugh at this? Am I meant to find like this uncomfortable?
Yeah, and I think some people are like that. They can be incredibly dark as people, but they can still just say things that are very witty because they're probably so clever. They're too clever for their own good, so that's why they feel that they're above everybody else, because actually they're really smart, so they can say these funny things and they hope that it's just going to go over your head. And
he's like a very well-spoken man, like very like timid until he's not timid.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like, and this is the thing, this is why it's all about control and all about power, because he's speaking like this, and I think that you should do this, and I really don't like it when you do that. But he doesn't need to raise his voice because he's so controlling, you know? So I do think that it's a really like, it's an interesting look on men like that, and then women like that, you know, like it's both, they're both as bad as each other. So it's just brilliant. Like, it's honestly really just really, really good. I'd highly recommend it to anybody.
I liked how it did the balance between like the romance stuff between Alma and Reynolds and like the actual dressmaking behind the scenes.
Exactly, because it wasn't too, as you say, it wasn't romance like a lot of like sex scenes or something like that, which I think it could have fallen into that trap of showing them having, you know, a really wild relationship, you know, whatever. But it didn't fall into that, which is nice. You know, it's literally,
it all came down to the dresses, didn't it?
Exactly.
Like their connection over the dresses.
It is their connection over the dresses, and that's how she gets him, you know. And I do just want to say that also Leslie Manville is really great in this film.
Is she the sister?
Yeah, she's the sister. Cyril. She's really good because I think that her screen presence matches that of Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She steals it. Like whenever she's on screen, you're like, actually, she is in control because she's not affected by his behaviour.
Well, we didn't know at first whether it was like she was like a former wife or something.
But it just stayed there.
But it's his sister, and they like run the clothing company together. But honestly, performances around are all very, very good. It's just a very solid film. Like, Kieran, if you are watching this for some reason,
you should watch it.
Yeah, definitely watch it. I messaged him afterwards and he was like, I'll take your word for it. So I don't know whether he'll ever watch Phantom Thread.
But I think he should.
Yeah, what would you score it?
I think I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd go similar.
Yeah, because even though I loved it and I probably could watch it again, I still don't think it's like a 9 or a 10. I don't really know why.
For me, it's that first half an hour.
Yes, I think it is. It doesn't get you straight away, you know, it kind of like entices you in slowly.
Yeah.
Which once you buy it, because I think I said, if the ending of this film is brilliant, then the whole film's brilliant. But if the ending is rubbish, then the whole film's rubbish.
Yeah,
I think that's what I said. But because it gets so much better, you can kind of put up with that first little bit of it, which is a little bit boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I'm really glad that I watched, because I did want to see it at the time when it came out. Okay. I thought it was Ralph Fiennes that was in it. I didn't even realise it was Daniel Day-Lewis.
That's how transformative Daniel Day-Lewis
is.
He's he makes you think that he's
into Ralph Fiennes. So no, I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to actually watch it. Did we buy it on Blu-ray or DVD?
No, we rented it from Sky Cinema.
We did rent it from the Sky store, but I want to buy the Blu-ray.
That's fine. It's the thing, when you're looking through the list of all these films, you're trying to see what's on streaming, what can you buy. So we have bought a few of them.
We've bought a few, yeah.
So it's just...
But we didn't want to buy films that we know are probably not going to be for us. We didn't want to buy them, like, particularly with Phantom Thread, we'd heard from our best friend that they didn't, that they don't want to watch it because they'd heard such bad things. So of course we're not going to invest, £11 in it, but now we've spent more because I'm going to buy it again, so technically we can spend more, but oh well.
I know. Who knows? I mean, we did buy Boyhood as well, so we
that
don't know
was £1.50 from CEX.
But will it be £1.50 well spent, or £1.50 we could have saved and put towards buying Phantom Thread?
Yeah.
Is this one of the greatest films of the 21st century?
I think it is. I don't know whether it's like number 20, whatever this film is. But yeah, I think that it is up there because I do think it's got top-notch performances and top-notch plot and really good sound design and a really good, costume design and a really good soundtrack. I really love all the piano at the start.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
it was like it was just written for me. So I think all of those things do mean that it's a good film.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think yes,
I think it's
should be up there.
definitely one where, I mean, to be fair, not that it is now, but it was Daniel Day-Lewis's final film as an actor. Now he's doing this other one. I don't know. I think, to be fair, what was that film like? Not 10 years ago, was it? It was like, it's less than like 10 years ago, but it's been a good few years.
I feel like we can't stop talking about the fact we used to work at the cinema because it was actually so long ago.
I know.
But I feel like it's like ingrained in our DNA working at that cinema. Like we'll always be the people that worked at the cinema.
But you watch the TV screen in the lobby playing trailers on loop, and this was one of them. Because I forgot actually until we watched the film, like some of the dialogue like came flooding back to me when it's the whole like their back and forth about, oh, you don't like to play by the rules, do you? You don't, not that that's what it said, but it's, oh, you don't like to play by the rules. Oh, maybe I don't. Oh, stop it. Like that thing there. I was like, oh, I remember that from the trailer.
Yeah.
I think it's got the makings of, what you could consider one of the greatest films. Again, it looks good, performances are really good. And also like the themes of it, like how it boils back to like the characters' motivation. So like that's what it is like a whole like exploration.
It's a good character study isn't it? Yeah. So I think, but not in a boring way, and not in like an in-your-face way. Like it's just you're just having a story, but actually the characters are really well developed, and you understand their motivations by the end of it.
Yeah.
What more do you want from a film? You know?
Definitely. Well, I think that's another good one for the books actually. During this journey,
I shall write that down.
I know. Next time,
Phantom Thread, good.
I mean, next time we're talking about Her, so I'm interested to revisit that and see if that. Because I can't remember whether I liked it or not.
I remember not liking it.
Well, there you go. Maybe we'll change our minds when we view it again.
Yeah.
I want to thank you very much for watching this episode of our series, and we'll see you guys in the next video.